Okay, let's talk about it. We gotta talk about it. Hi, I'm Connor, and I'm a bisexual identifying male. Wasn't always comfortable with that label, and there are reasons for that. Now, I don't like to give labels too much power, because I think that at times they can be limiting, but bisexual seems to be one that comes with a whole mess of baggage when you use it. So let's talk about that today, and hopefully dispel a few of the myths about it. Firstly, what is bisexual? Bisexual, to me, means that I am attracted to more than one gender. And I know there are haters out there like, bi means two. And like, I get that, I understand that. But the way that I look at it is I'm attracted to two different groups. People of the same gender and people of different genders. So that still works, in a way. This isn't always true. Pansexual is also another viable identifier that people use to describe themselves. Pan meaning all, which that works for some people. But here's the thing, bottom line, end of the day, how people choose to identify themselves has no effect on anyone but the person who's identifying themselves. So stop caring so much about that. Here's the thing I hear a lot. Connor, how much have you done with a guy? My response, I haven't really done anything with a guy, as I've only become comfortable with this side of my identity only recently in my life. Well then how do you know that you're really a bisexual? How do you know that for sure? Sexual orientation and sexual activity are not the same thing. By that logic, every priest who has sworn themselves to celibacy is asexual because they're not doing it with people, right? And that's just simply not true. Just because you're not doing something doesn't mean you're not feeling something. Did you have to do the dirty with someone of another sex to know you were straight first? No, you didn't. So in the same way, I don't have to do that to know what I am and what my feelings are. And to be honest, they're my feelings and they're not your feelings. So you really don't have a voice in this case. Here's another thing that I hear a lot. I don't date bisexuals. They're more likely to cheat on me. No, they're not. If someone's gonna cheat on you, they're just a crappy person. That's not exclusive to different sexual orientations. That's just a thing that is ubiquitous of crappy people. It has nothing to do with who you're attracted to. Just because I'm attracted to people of more than one gender doesn't mean I'm attracted to everyone. Right? It's the same stupid logic of the gay athlete in the locker room, like, oh, he's gonna come after me. Like, no, just because someone is attracted to a certain gender or more than one genders, it doesn't mean they're attracted to everyone, right? I'm definitely not attracted to everyone. You might be attracted to everyone, good for you in that case, but that doesn't mean you're going after everyone. That's not what that means. Here's another thing that I hear a lot with unfortunate frequency. Bisexuals are just greedy people. Yeah, man, we are so greedy. We're so greedy that we identify with a label that, admittedly, about half of people say they wouldn't date someone of that. We're so greedy! We're the greediest! For those who are not sold on the existence of something other than monosexualities, let me explain this to you for about 5 seconds here. Sexuality is a spectrum. That's how it works. Think about it this way. On the one hand, you have heterosexuality. On the other hand, you have homosexuality. It only makes mathematical sense that people fall somewhere in between that. It only makes sense. When it comes to any trait about someone, physical, personality, emotional, anything really, what part of humanity has ever been black and white? Ever. And I'm gonna tell you, zero. Nothing about human beings is black and white. It never has been, and it never will be. Whatever you choose to label yourself as, not label yourself as, however you choose to identify yourself, only you get to call the shots to that. 100%. That's all you. That's no one else. And if someone else imposes on that, well then tell them off, because they're not there to identify you. They're there to identify themselves. Only you can do that. And even after making this video and putting this out into the world, there are still gonna be people who deny my existence, who deny my identity as a real thing. And that's always gonna be the case. But here's the thing. Y'all and me don't have time for those people. We don't. There's a lot of ignorance and hate out there, for sure, but you can't let yourself get down about that. You gotta just keep doing you, because you're fabulous, you're wonderful, and you have a lot to provide the world, and you don't have time for ignorance like that. And if you fall in love with someone, if you want to grab someone's face and put your mouth on their mouth, wonderful. Fantastic. Good for you. I say go for it. Get yourself in the car and take a drive to downtown Flirt City. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. I hope you enjoyed this video. I got to get a little sassy, which is always terrific. Always terrific. If you have anything more that you want to add to the discussion, definitely hit up the comments for sure. But yeah, as always, I'm Connor Manning. You've just become a little more awesome, and I will see you guys on Friday. I'm gonna get sentimental for a hot second here. I thought I lost this shirt, but I didn't. I found it today, deep within the bowels of my drawer. Weird word choice there to use bowels, but I found it And I got really excited about it. Because now I can wear a shirt that's appropriate on a Monday, or if I'm feeling particularly trolly, I could wear it on a Wednesday. And people were like, but it's not a Monday. I'm like, I know, I'm hilarious. Because I'm hilarious. Right? Right?